Hello surveyors, how are you? Hope you all are fine. So today what we are going to do is we are going to see that how we will filter out the vegetations and mining objects or other unwanted noise from our area of interest. So in the last class we have generated the area of interest, and the area of interest is present in objects point clouds folder. So when I will open it, I can see AOI here. So let us open it in true color only. Okay, so this is our area of interest. So in this area of interest there are many unwanted noise, such as see mining objects here, and vegetations at the edges. So we are going to filter it out. For that, what I will have to do is, firstly let's close this and open this area of interest in 3D attribute value and reflectance, and click gradient min max one time and then click OK. So why I am doing this here is because in the reflectance value I can more clearly see unwanted noise or unwanted data. So now if I will directly start filtering out any noises from this area of interest, then since the area of interest is very large, and let us increase the point size, and if I will start filtering out, suppose this unwanted data from here, and so on and so forth. Let me open this in single color mode and change from here. Okay, so I have opened this in pink color here. You could choose any color you want. I am choosing pink color. So what I'm going to do here is, if I will directly start filtering out the data or area of interest, then I might miss some of the unwanted data to filter out, because the area of interest is huge. So to tackle that problem, what I will do is, from this area of interest I will strip out a, let us say, 50 meter wide strips, and then one by one I will filter out those strips until the entire area of interest is filtered out. Okay, so for that I have to make a reference plane, and then using that I will make 50 meter wide strips. So for that, firstly I have to click on bird's eye view, and in the object inspector I have to click on GL camera icon, and now I have to create a reference plane to cut out the strips. So to create a reference plane, you have to go to create new plane object here and click on this downward menu, and you have to choose from 2 points option here. So you have to create a plane using 2 points. So click on it. A pop-up window will open, and if you want to give any name, then you can give any name. I don't want to give any name. Plane 001 is good for me, so I am not renaming it. And next, in the orientation option, click on free. So when you have to create this plane, the orientation should be free. And now you have to create plane by clicking on 2 points. Now since this is area of interest from an open cast mine, so I have to make a plane such that it cut the benches as much perpendicular as possible. So I will click first here, and then I could click here also, here also, here also, but I will have to click in such a way that my plane, this is the top view of the plane, so my plane should cut the benches as perpendicular as possible. So I will click here, and you can see that the plane has been created, and in the object inspector also the plane 001 is visible. So now plane has been created. Now click close. Now in the object inspector, close the GL camera mode by clicking on this icon, and you can see the plane has been created. Now I will have to filter out this area of interest by making strips of, let us say, 50 meter. You could choose any meter wide strip. I am for convenience choosing 50 meter wide strip. So for that, go to plane selection mode option here. A pop-up window will open, and then in that plane option click on select mode. So what this will do, that whatever plane we have selected, it will make a strip with respect to that plane only. So if I have chosen select option here, then in the object inspector I have to click on the plane once, so that the plane will be selected. Okay, now with respect to plane, if I have to choose 50-meter wide strip, then 25-meter above the plane, 25-meter below the plane. This above and below signifies the left and right side of the plane. And offset means the distance from the plane. So let us assume 0 for this, and increment of the width of the strip. So the width of the strip is 25 plus 25, 50 meter. So increment should be of 50 meter. Okay, and click on apply. So you can see here is a 50-meter wide strip has been selected. Now if you start filtering out, then you can see that this plane is coming out as an obstacle here. So you can just make this plane invisible by clicking on this plane icon here. So this will not remove, it will just make the plane invisible. So if you want to again make the plane visible, then click on this icon, then plane will be again visible. So for the filter process, I just make the plane invisible. Okay, and you can close this pop-up window also, nothing will happen. And again when you will click on this option, plane selection mode, the same pop-up window will occur. So just for the convenience, I will close this and start filtering out. So how we are going to filter out here is, just make this strip in such a way that you are seeing the side of the strip, and whatever data that is above the strip and below the strip is the unwanted data. For example, here you can see these points which are hovering over this point cloud. So these are my unwanted data, for example vegetation or mining objects. So now go to this selection mode option by clicking on this icon and start selecting the unwanted points by clicking around this point and making a polygon. Once you have satisfied that you have made the polygon around unwanted points, just right click. This will finish the selection process. Now again I will select this. And right click to finalize the selection. And if you want to render or zoom in or zoom out or rotate this point cloud, just uncheck the selection mode and continue. So what happens here is, after selecting this unwanted data, I will delete it. So make sure that you are 100% confident that the data that you have selected is only noise or the unwanted data, because RiScan Pro does not have any Control Z or undo option here. So a trick here is that this will take a long time. Filtering process take a long time. The filtering time depends upon the area of interest. If there are more vegetation or mining objects, then you will need more time. So one of the trick to select the maximum amount of unwanted data in one go is orient the point cloud in such a way that when you select the unwanted data, see, there is unwanted data. So by practicing only, you will be able to orient this. So if there is unwanted data. So if there is unwanted data, then click on selection mode, select on that. So you have to orient and zoom the point cloud in such a way that you can select a maximum amount of noise. This will come only by practicing. Okay, selection mode deactivate and then delete. Okay, and this is how you move from above to down on this strip. And once you have filtered out this strip, what you have to do is go to this plane selection mode and click on it, and this pop-up window will appear. Then increment one time in the positive direction. Okay, so the next area of 50-meter wide strip will appear. So by activating the visibility of the plane, you can see that the next strip is ready to be filtered. And this is how you will continue the filter process. And then once this strip also gets filtered, you again do the increment of 50 meter. Then the next strip will appear, then filter out that strip, and then again go and make increment of 50 meter until this side, RHS side, right hand side of this plane is filtered out. So here now I cannot see any data anymore. So until offset is 300 meter I have data. And once you have filtered out the data of this right hand side, just make the offset 0 again and click on apply. The first strip will appear, and then now do the increment of negative. So the strip from the left hand side will appear. And this is how you will filter out the point cloud of left hand side as well. Once you have filtered out the data from both sides, close this plane selection mode pop-up window and click on show all option here. So by clicking here, the entire data will be visible. Now this is how you will filter out the area of interest without missing any area where noise is present. I hope you enjoyed the video. Till the next time, thank you, take care.